Hello, I'm Terry Hartley from Rustic Barn Cards. Welcome, stampers. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And today I'm going to make a fun fold card. I'm going to be using the stamp set Penguin Place. And this is a stamp set in the new July through December 2021 mini catalog. It is adorable. And if you stay with me to the end, I have a second card I'm going to share with you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. And if you click that bell, you'll be notified when I upload videos. And all the videos I'm going to upload in the month of July are going to be Christmas cards. So let's turn the camera down and let's start stamping. So as I said, we're going to be making a fun fold card. I call it a T fun fold card. And we're going to be using the Penguin Place. And I love all the sayings on here. It's just like a little, except a lot. To the coolest friend ever. Be cool, be chill, be merry. I like you a lotto. Lots of thanks. Happy birthday, season's greetings. And what I like about this stamp set is that you can use it for Christmas, but you can also use it for birthday and other occasions. And then you have a hat and a scarf, the reindeer, antlers, snow, little tree, package. It could be a package, a little tote, and a balloon, and the feet, a bow tie. So lots of images here. So today, on the first card that I'm going to make with you, we are going to use the punch that goes with this bundle. So this is the punch. You have the penguin and the feet. And then on the second card, if you stay with me, I'll show you a second card that I did go ahead and I stamped using some of these images. So let's get started. So what you're going to need, I used Misty Moonlight, and this is cut at 2.5 by 11 inches. And then you'll need basic white, cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then Misty Moonlight, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I use Just Jade, 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then I use the Designer Series paper, the Penguin Designer Series paper, and this is 2 inches by 5. We're going to use this side of the Designer Series paper. Now, the Designer Series paper is in the Celebration catalog. So for starting August 3rd, August through end of September, for qualifying order of $50, you can choose a free item out of the Celebration. And if you do not have a catalog, do not have a demonstrator, reach out to me, and I would love to send you a catalog. Then we're going to need a scrap of Just Jade, a scrap of pumpkin pie, a scrap of basic white, and a scrap of basic black. And then the sentiment here, and I think it's 1 inch by 2. Let me double check that. Yes, the sentiment is 1 inch by 2 inches. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to make our little penguin first. So we're going to use our basic black. Bring in our punch. There we go. And then we are going to bring in the pumpkin pie for his feet. And I'll need 2 of these. I think this one I got a little too close to the edge, so we're going to do another one. There we go. And it looks like I didn't do a very good job on that, so we will try that again. think I was trying not to get a image from the, not a punch from the feet, but that's okay. And now we're going to bring in the basic white. And as you know, I like punches. There we go. Okay, and now we are going to put him together. But before I do that, we're going to add some eyes, and we're going to add his nose. So we're going to use Memento Black ink for his eyes. And this is the image from the stamp set. I brought my piercing mat because these are the photopolymer stamp set. And we'll just place that right here for his eyes. And then we're going to get his beak. Before we do the beak, let's go ahead, because we have our black ink out, and let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment, which is Season's Greetings. And I'm going to do that in Memento Black. There we go. And now we're going to use Pumpkin Pie for his beak. And we'll place that right there. We're going to lay that aside, and I'm going to bring in that scrap of basic white. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to stamp the little package. I'm going to have him hold a little package, and we're going to use fresh freesia. And then I'm going to use Just Jade for his hat. So I have the Just Jade. I'm going to bring in the little hat image, and we'll ink that up. And then I'm going to fussy cut these out. And we're going to do the little bow tie in Misty Moonlight. So the Misty Moonlight little bow tie. So I'm going to stamp that in Misty Moonlight. And I could, if I wanted a lighter one, I could do stamp on and then stamp off. But I think I'm going to do the darker. Okay, let's put our little penguin together. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. And I'm going to bring in my silicone craft sheet. And we are going to turn him over and add some adhesive. And you could use, I'm going to use liquid glue, but you could use Stampin' Seal. And then I'm going to try to place him right here. And I want to get him there we go. I want to make sure there's the same amount of basic black showing around his white face, which is why I like the liquid glue, because you can move that around a little bit. And I'm going to use a glue dot, and I'm going to put a glue dot on his little feet. And then I'll add one more to the other. I can't wait to use some of all the different images in this stamp set. It has so many. Let me see if I can move it over a little bit. Isn't he cute? Now I'm going to, I have already fussy cut all of these out, so we'll go ahead and add that. We'll add his little bow tie. And I think for this, we'll just add some little seal. And put that right here. Is that cute or what? Okay, we're going to lay him aside. We'll add some more things to him, but let's go and get our card together. So what you want to do with your Misty Moonlight, which is 11 inches by 2.5, you're going to go ahead and fold this piece in half. And then you can just go ahead and use your bone folder, make a crisp edge there. And then you want to use your Misty Moonlight piece. It's going to be the base of your card. And then we're going to add some, so this opens up like this, and we are going to add some glue right here. And then we're going to place it in the middle of this piece of cardstock. This is just a flat piece. So I've added my glue, going to turn it over, and I'm just going to kind of eye it to make it in the middle. So I'm going to bring it right to the top. I'm trying to get it straight. And then press down. And then we're going to bring in our basic white layer. And then we're going to open this up. And we're going to cover, so this will be covered up, and we're going to place our basic white right here. So I've added the glue. And then we're going to turn that over. And get that lined up. And it is okay that at the bottom this shows a little bit. That's fine. I feel like I need to bring it over just a little bit. There we go. Then I'm going to close this, and we're going to go ahead and decorate our T of our fun fold. And we're going to use Just Jade. And I've added some adhesive. I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to place this about in the middle of that Misty Moonlight T. And now we are going to add our DSP. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. All right, I'm going to turn that over. We're going to place that right on top of the Just Jade layer. And I chose this because it has Just Jade and Misty Moonlight in the background. And then we're going to need the scrap of Just Jade, and we also need the scrap of basic white, and I'm going to bring in a punch. I'm going to bring in the Label Me Lovely punch. This is in the annual catalog, and I'm going to need 2 of these. I'm going to need one with the basic white, and then I'm going to need one with Just Jade. And the Just Jade, what I'm going to do is that I am going to lay it this way on the trimmer, the flat edge, and I'm going to cut this in half. And I've already done that, so it looks like this. Okay, so now I'm going to lay that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the top of this, and then I'm going to add it on the bottom. So it gives the illusion that we have the Just Jade all the way around, but underneath, of course, we have this cut in half. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that together. And then I'm going to bring in liquid glue, and I'm just going to go right along the edge here. So just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and place this right here. And then I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to, that straight edge right there is where I'm going to add the glue. Then I'm going to leave it up like this with the glue toward me. And then we're going to place this, and we're going to try to make it the same amount of space. So try to make it even with the top. And press down. And then we are going to add this to our card. And we're going to use some dimensionals. And I added 5. You could probably get by with less if you're going to hand deliver this, but I always like to have, make sure that it's, if I'm going to put it through the mail, that I don't want it to come off. So I'm going to place this a little bit below halfway. So I'm going to bring it down. So I'll have a little bit more DSP showing here, and you have more up here and less down here. That's what I'm trying to say. And try to get that even. There we go. All right, now we're going to bring our little penguin in, and we're going to go ahead and we have a little hat, and he's going to hold a little package. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on, get this liquid glue to come out. There we go. On the top of his hat, or the bottom of his hat, actually. And we'll place that right on his head. Then we're going to turn him over, and we're going to add some dimensionals. So I've added 3 dimensionals on a little penguin. And I'm going to pop him up right here. I'm going to bring him up just a little bit because I want this package to be able to show. So we're going to bring him up right there, pop him up, and then we're going to put a dimensional underneath our package. Don't forget to stay with me. I have another one to show, another card to show you. I decided to go with 2 mini dimensionals. And I want that kind of underneath, like he has a hold of it. Right like that. And now let's go ahead and add our sentiment. Now if you wanted to, you could make this a little bit smaller if you wanted to. I added 2 dimensionals. And then I'm just going to kind of turn it a little bit. And then I'm going to bring in, we have to have some kind of an embellishment, the gilded gems. And I am going to add, and I think this comes in small, medium, and large. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use the large. And put that right here. And so here is our card, Season's Greeting. And isn't this penguin just adorable? And then you have room to write, and you could also stamp a sentiment inside too. So let me show you my other card. I just kind of did the opposite. I used Just Jade for my base card base instead of Misty Moonlight. Only instead of using the punch for the penguin, I stamped the penguin. So here is the second card, and I added to the coolest friend ever. But this is a stamped image, and I stamped the hat. I stamped the bow tie, where here I cut them out and I used the punch for the penguin. And then I also used the stamped image for the feet also. And then I did stamp the gift and did fussy cut that out. Now, the only trick to this one, to the coolest friend ever, because the sentiment goes over the T of your fun fold, you want to make sure that you don't have your dimensionals showing at the edge here. So make sure your dimensionals, when you add it to your sentiment, that it stays on underneath the card. So when you open it up, it doesn't show. So let me know if you like this card. And which one do you like the best? I mean, I think they're really similar. I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe. I'm Terry Hartley from Rustic Barn Cards. Christmas in July. Have a great week. Thanks for watching.